go. Right, welcome everybody. See if we get in the camera. There we go. Zoomed in a little bit too much. So we had Shawn lined up to join us, but I'm not sure where he is at the moment. He asked to join. He sent me a message and said he was wanting to join every show possible, but he's not here, so I think he's very busy today. But that's no problem at all. There's myself and Mike, and there's already almost 40 of you in the chat, so it gives us more opportunity to go through as many questions that you want to ask us and discuss as much as possible. So bear in mind that that is going to be a thing that will be available this evening. Ask away. Mike's with me.
Hello.
I thought there was a delay then.
Was that too cheerful?
No, although you did that on the bat report, didn't you? And you said, I wonder why I did that. You said, didn't you, afterwards?
Say that again.
We did a bat report and you said something like that, and you said, why did I just say it like that?
Oh, yeah, I think it was because I went, thanks. I was like, why did I never do that? Why did I do that?
No, spur of the moment thing. Right. First things first, before we actually go through the chat and we ask, we notice who's there. I want to say, click on the little bell icon next to the subscriber button, because we're getting a lot of people saying they're not getting updates. I've posted up this a little bit earlier this evening so that people knew that we were going to be going live, for anybody that didn't know. And I posted it just now on the Facebook page. But if you are subscribed, click on the notification bell and it will give you a notification every time one of our videos goes live, and you won't miss one. So that's just a first heads up. What was the other thing? There was two things I wanted to talk about right at the beginning, but I've forgotten the second one, so I don't know. Can't be that important. Right, what have we got then? Gary Waddingham, the Orc Boys. Dale Barrett, Doc, Adrian Trevor, Oric Lovegod has returned us again. No hurry, it's Wednesday night, so it's Sam and not Phil. Yeah, Phil is working very late, very hard at the moment, and he said he may try and join us when he gets back, but it won't be a 100% thing, so we'll see. He may join us. He may grace us with his beard later on. And he has put hi Sam afterwards, so that's nice. Cheers, Oric Lovegod. Rattel Mike. Grey Knights on the workbench, along with some Ultramarine Scouts. We're going to go through a little bit on Grey Knights this evening. I think one of the faction focuses has a mention on them, so we're going to look through that. And me and Mike haven't even looked through it yet. We're going to look through it at the same time with everybody. Andrew Snowden, Jay Thomas, Akaria, Stealth Dude. It's Shawn from Blue Table Painting's birthday. It may be Shawn's birthday then. That's probably why he hasn't contacted me. I told him Wednesday, and he said, yep, that's fine, I'll be there. And he probably hasn't realised that Wednesday was his birthday until today, so that's probably what's happened.
It's a good excuse, though.
Yeah, it's fine. Stalker 40k. Glad to be here listening whilst working on some Death Company. And again, I think there's some Death Company chat as well in a little bit. Nikki Tang, watching you guys from Hong Kong. That's awesome. Mike, you could have jumped ship. You could have gone, Mike. You could have left me, but as a wonderful friend that you are and positive contributor to Wargamer Online, you have decided to stick with me, haven't you?
Say that again, because you cut out.
Doesn't matter.
It was the last bit I didn't catch. I heard all the good stuff before.
Say you decided. You just took all the good stuff. I said you decided to stick with us, which is good.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Ashley Perkins, Adrian Trevor, trying to paint, but I just end up reading chat while my brush dries out. That is the only downside to the chat. I'll try and read out as much as I can, Adrian, so that you don't have to keep reading, but we'll see what we can do. Mike, when are you going to win a battle report? No spoilers or anything, Mike, but we played a game. We'll talk about that in a moment, actually. But
yeah, okay.
Mark J, Saturday, boys. Yes, 8th edition. I think me and Phil and Mike are all going to be going to Warhammer World for the launch event, so that will be awesome. We'll probably take our camera. I don't know if we're allowed to do much recording there. I don't think we ever are, but we'll see what happens. Sean Dewitt, welcome, Sean. Thank you for all of the comments and wonderful feedback you've been doing on everywhere, really. Same with Al Woods. Welcome, Al Woods. Oric Lovegod, his local store, got his shipment already. Yeah, I'm not sure if mine's at the shop. I haven't actually checked, and I still haven't decided on the chapter, but again, we'll talk about that later. Anyway.
I thought you had decided.
No, well, yeah, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about what we've been doing, because that's kind of part of it. I like Nikki Tang tuning in from Hong Kong. The second thing he's ever said is, let the Sam bullying commence. That's... That's at the end of the show, Nicky.
People like that stage of the stage. Yeah, people like that part of the show, don't they?
Yeah.
A little too much sometimes.
That's cool. You're going to do a battle report there because Wargaming Online is the gold standard. Maybe. I mean, we've been chatting to one of the guys at the Warhammer Community team. He spoke to us at Warhammer Fest. Spoke to Phil more in particular because Phil was chatting to people and he went up to him and said, we want to get you on Warhammer Community at some point for definite. And Phil's, I think he's emailed him, but obviously they're really busy, but we're potentially going to be featured on there at some point in the near future. And we've just got to get round to heading over there and doing that. What else have we got? Underdog Painting. Welcome, Underdog. Barry. Bazza. Johnny Rockstar. Mark J. Make a player made chapter called The Undecided. All Primaris Dark Angels that still debate to this day whether they are Chaos or Loyalists. I really like that idea, Mark. Especially the name, The Undecided. Frank Storm just got our shipment. Nice one, Frank. And thank you for sharing the show on your Facebook page today. That was very nice of you. Shawn Blake's joined us as well. Welcome. Do you guys plan on doing any shared content with people like Winter's SEO or Tabletop Tactics? Potentially, yeah. I mean, we've got the studio, we've got the space to film stuff now. We're getting more and, we're getting better and better at recording. The one that me and Mike did, we did a battle report. Let's talk about this now, actually. So me and Mike went to the studio. Was it yesterday or the day? It was the day before yesterday, wasn't
it? Monday, I think, wasn't it?
What day are we on now? Wednesday. Yeah, so Monday. We went down and we filmed a battle report in an hour and 30 minutes. That was all it took, I think. An hour and 30, which is just the fastest one we've played. Me and Mike just went through the game really smoothly, really quickly. It was an Age of Sigmar game, and it's going to be out, and I edited it as well. It took me about 6 hours to edit, which is a lot quicker than normal. I think, well, it might have been more than 6. I was up till 6 o'clock this morning, and I didn't start it until 9 o'clock last night, but there was gaps in between. Me and Mike played on the Xbox for a bit. We played Overwatch, but it was a lot faster to edit. So smoother gameplay, smoother editing, and that is going to be up on Sunday. And it was an awesome game. It was a very enlightening game for both of us. We're not going to reveal it because obviously you want to watch it, but it's on Sunday. It's going to be on the premium part of the website. So anybody who is a premium subscriber on wargameronline.com, you'll have access to that. And you'll also get the post-game chat, which was about 17 to 18 minutes long. We did an extra 18 minutes chat afterwards because it was worth talking about. That was quite a good game, and I enjoyed it quite a lot. I don't know about you, Mike.
I think it's the first game me and you have played in a while, I think. Just of any game, to be honest. But yeah, I think it's always fun when me and you play games.
You're a really
There's always
good
a lot
person.
of laugh. There's always a lot of laughing and joking going on.
Playing games against you are always good fun, though, so it's never an issue whatsoever. Jay Thomas just started a new job, and the pay period means I get paid next week, not this. That's a shame. Look the up, boys. My local GW store opens at 9 with bacon butties. Awesome. That is the best thing to open with.
Sounds nice.
Depending on where that is, we might just scrap Warhammer World and come to your local store instead. Dark Elf Dave.
Only if there's cups of tea as well.
Yeah, or at least a kettle, so Mike can make his own cup of tea. Yeah. He's very particular about the way he makes tea. James Jones, welcome, James. Emmett Walker again, welcome, Emmett. Underdog Painting, the new box set is unreal. I painted up a copy for my local GW, so nice to paint. It is. Mike, you painted it in 2 days, didn't you? Which is extremely fast for you.
No, 3 days, okay, but that's still extremely fast for me.
Yeah, but again, it was a cracking job you did on them. For the speed of what you did as well. It was
an experience because of how, I think I've said it before on the chats and stuff, and from the years of doing the hobby with me, is you ask me to paint something, you will take weeks, months or something. And that's just for a couple of units. So it was definitely an experience to be on a deadline to try and get something on that scale done as well. But they were fun. The models were awesome. I'd say to anyone that's thinking about get it is definitely get it. Just awesome.
There's a lot of models in there as well, as we've been through already.
Yes. A number of models.
James Jones, mine's open at 10 PM in Birmingham. I'm bringing cake. Well, we're only round the corner, James. Just bring cake to us. It's fine. Mike can always do with some
Should we,
sugar.
should we just spend a day of going around to different stores for
Yeah,
the release?
yeah, that sounds like a good idea. Phil's driving, so it's even better. We'll just get him to drive us around everywhere. Do you, Jack Meister, do you have any tips on brush sets? Just built my first models and gonna start painting soon. I would recommend the, what were the brushes I'm using at the moment?
Broken Toad, is it?
Broken
Is that the
Toad.
ones that you're on now?
Yeah, Broken Toad have got a set of 3 and they're about £22, £23, something like that. And they're incredibly good. I've used them for quite a while now and they've not frayed or anything. I've done a video, I think, just a very brief first look at the video, the brushes, so check that one out. But the thing that's really good about him is the body on the brush. The bristles are actually a lot longer than your normal brushes, so you can hold your paint on the body of the brush without it drying and wrecking it, which is the main thing. When you're painting, you don't really want to get the paint past halfway up that body of the brush. That's the thing to aim for. If you start going past that point or into the ferrule, the metal bit at the top where it becomes wood, you generally ruin the brush in no time at all. So the extra length on those bristles is definitely a good thing. Other ones that are brilliant, Winsor & Newton Series 7, and particularly not the miniature range. There's a Series 7 range and there's a Series 7 miniature range. And the miniature range, the body is like half the size of a normal brush, so that's the opposite of what you want. But the normal Series 7 are incredibly high quality and they're expensive, but they'll last you a long time. So definitely worth picking up 2 or 3 brushes from that set. You use GW though ones, don't you?
Yeah, I think that's all I've ever used. Thing is, I'm not very good actually looking after brushes. I can tell people all day long how to look after brushes, but I'm no good at. Well, you've seen at the state of some of my brushes. You'll get to a point where it's like, wasn't that like a large standard brush? Yeah. Why does it look like there's like one hair left, and then you're still using that to paint?
Yeah,
that's one of my bad habits. But I'm still comfortable painting. I can paint big models with tiny brushes, and it doesn't faze me.
The thing that I always get with when I look at your paint set and all the stuff you get is your paintbrushes have got ranks. They're like veterans, and one of them I think is the Primaris ancient rank. You know, they've not been around long, but one of your brushes is holding a banner because it's been used for that long. It's incredible how long your brushes actually last, and you do definitely get every single hair's use.
They definitely take a beating.
Yeah, good stuff. What else have we got then? I've skipped a little bit. This is what happens. I'm not sure. This is Stalker 40k. I'm not sure what chapter to paint my new Marines come Saturday myself. I'm a Wolves player with a couple of other Marine armors on the side. Choices. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a moment. I'm going to get through the chat and then Mike, we're going to talk about Primaris choices. And then we'll start doing the faction focuses. Writer Sophie Stevens, Dispossessed. AOS Dwarves are selling out online, so I'm buying up Dwarves instead of saving up for 8th edition. Now, could that be that they're getting rid of the older Dwarf range, because some of them are quite old? The Warrior range in particular. The Longbeards and the... what are the shooty ones? Thunderers. Not the Thunderers, though. There's some with shields, and there's some others with two-handed hammers. They're the newer versions of the Dwarves. And then obviously we've had the naked dwarves with loincloths that came out, and the Caradron overlords as well. But we need some elves and we need some humans for Age of Sigmar, because I need another Age of Sigmar army. I can't keep playing Iron Jaws every single week. I need to get some elves or some humans in my life.
Yeah, but the problem you've got there, this is going on to the Primaris episode, it's you trying to figure out a colour scheme.
Yeah. We've got Emmett Walker and Oric Lovegod chatting to each other. That's nice to see. I think at the end of the last chat they were disagreeing over points and things, and I think they quite civilly sorting it out by the end of it, talking it over. There's been a lot of questioning over PowerPoints for 8th edition are better than normal points, and there's back and forth on all of it. And one thing I would just say is use whatever you want, and the option is there to do whatever you want. Personally, I think I will use points, and I think Phil prefers the PowerPoints. So between me and Phil, we've already got opposite ends of the spectrum. But we're not going to say like one person's right or one person's wrong. The option is there, and we'll play probably both of them. And then when Phil beats me, I'll just say it's because we're playing PowerPoints. It's not an issue. Oric Lovegod, you don't play Iron Jaws very well. Cheers, Oric Lovegod. I am getting better, however. I am definitely getting better than I was. And I think I have only lost a couple of games so far. We'll see what happens in the future, though. Let's keep going. Quite like the Tamiya brushes. I haven't seen those at all. Emmett Walker uses artist's brushes. 1, 2, 1, 1, 1 triple 0 and 1 5. Okay. And Oric Lovegod is looking forward to the battle report. The last one you did was Khorne versus Iron Jaws. Yeah, again, it's Iron Jaws quite often at the moment because I film and edit a lot of everything I'm in. I will edit. Everything Phil's in, he will edit. So pretty much I film it. Like the Iron Jaw battle report, I'll take it home and I'll sort it out. Phil did the 8th edition battle report recently, and I haven't even got an 8th edition army until I sort this Primaris out because I refuse to play my own.
Well, see, a lot of the time, Sam, it's like with the battle reports, it's a case of who's available, and the other thing being that obviously there's only really you and Phil at the minute that can do the editing and stuff like that, and know what's going on with the cameras and stuff. It tends to be a lot of the time they'll either have you or Phil in it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
just until the rest of us know exactly what's going on with everything, or if people are available. Because I think that's the biggest thing about at the minute is just who's actually available to do battle reports.
Yeah, and we filmed another one. We filmed an ogre game versus Skaven, but the editing didn't work out because of the way that we had some issues with battery life, and I'm still trying to piece together. But I've been working on it for about 4 hours, and I've not even started chopping it down. So I don't know if that's ever going to come out. I might just write that one off, and we'll see what happens with future ones instead.
Well, that one was quite a long recording as well, wasn't it?
Oh God, yeah. It was a really warm day, and Dave, who was recording it with us. So Dave is somebody who has he's been in the hobby. When I was working at the store with Mike, Dave was at the shop pretty much most days. Dave has lived on my sofa for the good part of 2 years, and he's helped out as quite a lot as well. So he's offered to learn the editing process, which again is it's taken time away from me editing stuff, but we're trying to get more content out, which means I've got to try and spend time teaching somebody else how to edit. So Dave is learning the process, and he's done some unboxings. I think he's got 4 unboxing videos, which he's working on at the moment. And once he's worked them out, he may be able to do battle reports and painting tutorials and things like that. Mike is also looking at getting involved with the editing and the painting tutorial side of things. But again, it's getting time to teach somebody how to do all of the process. And I've only learned it myself. So all of this editing that you see and all of these overlays and graphics and how to do these battle reports is learned by me and Phil, and we don't really have a clue. We're trying to piece this together as best as possible and make it look decent at the same time. So forgive us if we get errors. I know there were some audio issues last time, but we are just learning this whole thing from the beginning.
I think a lot of people have been pleased with how you and Phil have done with it though, and they've said that the standard's getting better and better. So I'd say you're probably doing something right.
Yeah, the more we learn, the faster. Like the edits are getting quicker now. We're learning new tricks every time we start. Like that battle report, Phil told me a new trick that he's found, and I breezed through one section of it really quickly. So we can start increasing the quality and the overall finish of our battle reports and the rest of our content, which is always a good thing. We've also bought more cameras. So for the battle report, we've got 2 dice cameras now, which makes the playing of the game a lot smoother. And the reason, I mean, we've had a lot of help with people, basically everyone who's buying the premium subscription, paying for the premium subscription is helping us purchase this equipment as well. We've had help. Shawn from Blue Table Painting is helping us out as well. And it's absolutely amazing the reaction we're getting from the community and people who are supporting us. And we're still not drawing any money out of this. We're not intending, I mean, we want to make this a business. It is a business. We've registered it. We're paid for registering the business. We're paying to do everything legitimately, and all of our taxes and things are being done properly. We've got all of our account systems set up, and we're investing all of the money that we're getting back into this straight back into it. So we're buying new equipment, new cameras, and pretty much everything else is out of our own pocket still. So we're buying all of our own our paints and all of the models that we can use for all of this content, and we're trying to do it as best as possible. Surreal's saying you need PayPal and Patreon. We've got PayPal. The website side of things, if people are willing to donate money on Patreon, that's why we've got the website set up. It's £3 for a month, and you get everything that we can provide. And Phil and myself are very we've gone through it, and we want to give something back. We don't just want to ask for donations, and it is nice that people are willing to offer more than we're asking for a premium membership. And we're looking at doing another subscription membership, a higher level later on, where we can give back some more rewards. But again, we've got to work out what we're going to do for that. We want to give something back for everyone who is supporting us. So we're just trying to iron out some of the fine print. But for the moment, we've got a couple of donations, and we've got the premium setup, the premium membership. So thank you to everyone who has done that, because it keeps us upgrading, keeps us doing what we're doing, which is brilliant. And then one day we can be professional wargamers, and maybe I can sit at home and continue to work till 6 a.m. and make it an official thing, and then we can get people like Mike involved as well, and pay for Mike to do the content. And that's the sort of thing that we want to do. Phil wants to do this properly. He wants to be able to stop his well, not stop his other job, but he wants to be able to put more time into this business, and we can only do that if we can afford to do that. I want to do this continuously, and at the minute Rachel's supporting me, which is allowing me to do this in all of my, the full time that I'm doing this in. But we want to get people like Mike involved and pay him to do this. We want to get people like Dave, who's currently working on stuff for free for us. We want to get him involved a little bit more. And we've got people like Pink as well. We've got a lot of people who are helping us out, and we want to get them involved as much as possible. And that's what the aim is. Anyway, enough about talking about whatever we're talking about. Let's go through the chat a little bit. Pink's there as well. Pink's in the chat. Your guys' quality is way above most channels, and the rest will come with experience. Thank you, Pink. And Pink's learning as well. Like, it's not doing a battle report isn't as simple as just turning up and playing a game. There's a bit more to it, and we're learning it more and more.
No, there's definitely a big learning experience for I think everyone that's been involved. Because like I remember before you and Phil even started the website and the YouTube channel, with watching stuff. Yeah, it looks easy enough to do until you actually look at the process of all just the editing alone, let alone then doing stuff in front of the camera. Because that was one thing I really struggled with to start with, is being on camera.
Yeah,
because there was so many times. I think the first few times when we tested like recording and stuff for battle reports, like every 5 minutes, I really don't like being on camera, Sam. I really don't like this. Mm-hmm. Do I look all right? Do I sound okay?
Yeah.
It's a different experience.
And the whole time I'm saying, Mike, you look beautiful. It's absolutely perfect. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Because I'm the same. I mean, I'm a nerd. I'm a geek. I'm not the most sociable of people. I don't go out into a crowd and start chatting to everybody. But, I'm a nice guy. I'll chat to people as often as I can. But when you're on the internet, obviously it changes a little bit. You're putting yourself on the line for anything, really. And the bullying I get on a daily basis is just horrific. But I put up with it. That's the sort of thing I expect. Right, let's keep going. Emmett Walker, doing something well, lads. All these people keep coming back. Yeah, and we do appreciate it. We love it when we go live on a Wednesday, we go live on a Friday. Phil's now doing his Monday musings, which is going to be as often as possible, and he's going to try and mix that up between maybe Twitch, Facebook, and YouTube, and mix it up a little bit. And we love the fact that we can go live and all of you turn up. We get new people every single time as well. So if there's new people in the chat who haven't spoken up, say hello and we'll read out your name and we'll have a chat. And it's really nice to have a consistent community. And that's why we keep doing it. Otherwise it would just be me and Mike, or me and Phil.
Yeah.
And you can hear how sad that is for Mike.
No, it's like the chats, and even like on the community page as well. It's nice interacting with people. I don't so much on the Facebook side communicate as much as I probably should.
Not yet.
But it's a lot of the times I know, but I plan to very soon is to start doing a bit more on the Facebook page.
Yes, and we'll have Dave going through the YouTube comments as well. We've got Rachel, who is already an admin of the channel. She's going to pick up the manager role so that she can reply to people as Wargame Online. And I think we're going to give it Mike as well, once we've learned him how to use the technology, once we've taught him how to use a computer.
Yeah, just technology in general. Once we've shown that to me, it'll be all right.
Mike's still in the Stone Ages, so once we've taught Mike how to do stuff, we'll get him replying from comments as well. So if you see us replying from things, we'll always put our name after our comment. Phil tries to, but he does forget from time to time. But at least you know who's replying to stuff as well. So we'll do that, and there'll be more of us. Morian, the Love God. Again, your battle reports are the gold standard. Thank you, Love God. The Fomorian, nice dice cam. They should use those at Warhammer Live. You can't see their dice rolls. Yeah, when we started doing this, we were, I think, the first, if not one of the first, doing the overhead view. And before we released our stuff in January or February, whenever it was we started on YouTube, Games Workshop obviously released their battle reports with the overview and the isometric camera, and me and Phil looked at each other like, what? Like, everything we've been planning in the background and working out has now been done by Games Workshop, which is fine. There's room for all of us, but it was a little bit, it just knocked us back a bit. We thought we've got to keep on going, but it's not a problem. We've done something else, and we've got our dice cameras, which we absolutely love. It speeds up the game. You can keep track of what's happening on the game without needing to, when you watch other battle reports, every battle report seems to be a little bit different, and we've done our own way. I personally don't want to film every dice roll while I'm trying to film what's going off in the game, which is why we said it was very important for us to have the dice camera in that side part of our screen. And we've worked very hard to merge all of our content now. So we've got our Wargamer Online branded overlays for our chats, as you can see now. We've got it for our battle reports, and they're all the same. And we're going to be using them in the painting tutorials as well, just to try and unify our brand a little bit better. And that was the aim for those. Pick up games and newbies. PowerPoints are phenomenal. Yes, they are, Emmett Walker. I definitely cannot agree with you more on that. If you want to start 8th edition, you want to start playing 40k in general, playing PowerPoints is a very quick way to get started, and there's a very small barrier. The barrier will be once you played your game and you go, well, that was really powerful for how many points you paid for that. Next game, you've worked that out. That's fine. If you're going to a tournament and playing PowerPoints, it might not work out as well. But for pickup games and friendly games and narrative games, I think PowerPoints is definitely a very good option for that.
Yeah, it's quick and easy to make a list with a PowerPoint.
Yeah,
it's just you pick the number you want to play. So let's say you're going for 40 points, just going through each page on the units you want to take. It's fast to add up to it.
Definitely.
The only difficult thing is that sometimes you don't know how many PowerPoints to play as to how big the game will be. Because I think when me and Phil did a few test games, we'd gone higher than we did in the battle report, and we just found it would have been a really, really long game to do it that way. So it's just a case of a bit of testing with it to work out what you think is going to be the right sort of size game.
Exactly. It's real. Oh, I've read that. You still need PayPal and Patreon. I've been telling you that for a month now. The other thing is, like, if Phil's going to be doing things like Twitch, and we may end up doing different shows on Twitch as well, that's very much a different ball game when it comes to donations and payments. And we may have a thing. I mean, there's the super chat on YouTube, and it depends how many people are interested in that sort of thing. We want to reward people for watching our content. That's a big part of Wargamer Online. But super chat and Twitch, you can do donations on there, and again, all of that would just go towards equipment and improving the quality. So it could be an option in the future. But we've already been over that. I don't want to go over that all again. Carl Mawson, I agree. List building is a big part of the hobby, but I can see a situation where it might fit in. Limited time, walk in, pick up game, throw together a list in minutes, and off you go. Exactly. And the Orc Boys went premium the other day. Thank you very much, the Orc Boys. We had, while I was away on holiday in Spain with Rachel, Phil was saying there's quite a lot of members. I don't know whether it's because people want me out of the country for longer, but we had more premium members that week than we did the previous week. So either it's building up, or people just like Phil a lot more than me, which is fine. I'll just turn off the camera and we'll get Phil on as much as possible. We'll do. All people took
offence to the fish story.
Oh, that fish story. The fish story has been blown out of proportion. For anybody who doesn't know, I don't like... one big thing for me is I don't like going in the sea because I've been stung by jellyfish in the past, and I don't like not knowing what's underneath you when you're in the water, when you're in the sea. So I'm like pretty, not petrified, but I don't like swimming without knowing what's underwater. And this stems very much from when I was a kid. We went to Cornwall, I think it was, and my mum and dad drove me and my brother and my sister down there, and it was absolutely chucking it down with rain. It was horrendous. But we'd driven from Derby all the way down to Cornwall, and it was a long day, and my mum wanted to make the most of it, and it was chucking it down, obviously, and she's like, get in that water and swim to that raft out there. We've come all the way from Derby to the seaside. You're swimming, and we were like, we don't want to swim. She's like, you're swimming. We've come to the seaside. So I was like, oh, okay, no worries. So me and my brother like swam all the way out to this like raft not in the middle of the sea, but it was quite far out for us. We were only like 12 or 13 at the time. And I just remember the entire time just thinking, there's a shark under here. Obviously there isn't, it's Cornwall, but I was thinking there's all sorts in this water. It was horrific, it was raining. And we got to this little boat thing, or a little raft in the sea. And by that point, me and my brother didn't want to swim back. We were like, we're done. We'll just wait for the rain to finish. But we swam back as well. And I've never swam faster in my entire life than on that day. And I just don't like the water since. So we were in Spain. And first thing I see while I'm swimming out into the sea, bearing in mind it's freezing cold, it's Spain, but the water was cold and nobody else was in there because they were all wusses and they were all sitting on the beach sunbathing. So I'm out in the sea by myself. And this massive thing just like brushes my foot, and straight away I'm thinking that's a shark because that's the first reaction. So I kick it thinking it's a shark, and I look down, it was just a fish. And that was the story. That was as much as it was. But it was quite a big fish. I don't know what fish it was.
I just imagine it now, just swimming away, say, "I'll get you."
Yeah, I'll come back for you with my mates, with his school of fish. And for anyone who doesn't know, I'm very much I love animals and that sort of thing. Very much over people, somewhat I'd say. Dogs and cats, and I even saved a bee from the road the other day, which was a bit. Mike shook his head at me when I did it, but it's like that's the sort of person I am. I normally look after animals in this wonderful world that we live in, but sharks, no, I'm not going to make friends with sharks. So if something brushes my foot in the ocean, I'm going to kick it. That's the story. That was probably the most boring story you've ever heard in your entire life. And Phil is much better at stories. It would have been better from him, but I apologise. We'll get back to 40k now. Let's keep going. Mawson. The format on the dice rolls is genius. The little trays see no end of bat reps where the camera is chasing dice across the table. WGO all contained and inside. Perfect. That was the idea. Thank you for enjoying that. Surreal. I'm just saying I'm 42 and been retired for 10 years. That sounds amazing, Surreal. And congratulations on that. Alright, love God. I also believe the campaign game, at least in the beginning, will be on PowerPoint and not points, but we will see. I'm not going to turn down a game either way, but if you want to play points, yep. And I'm not prepared. It may take a few minutes to get started. I'm not prepared. It may take a few minutes to get started. Yeah, you just got to work it out. Pink saying cheers. Surreal's saying, so is Sam chuffed for 8th release? I'm so chuffed, yeah. Johnny Rockstar, I'd offer to help, but I have a face for radio, not for video. That's fair enough for Johnny Rockstar. Got an awesome name though. What else have we got? Mark J. Go into a crowd and be like, have you heard of our Lord and Saviour Gilliman? There's a street near me as well that's called Gilliman's Way, and every time I drive past it, I smile. I just like the street name. If I was in the UK, I would be at Warhammer World for release. We will be there. Brian Montgomery, everyone for the drop on Saturday. We're all waiting, Brian. Frost and Fist has joined us. Fell Hate has joined us. Only just got back into tabletop and found your channel 2 weeks ago. Oh no, it's disappeared. Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Keep turning up for the last 5 minutes of these live shows. Not today though. Well done, Fell Hate, and welcome back to the hobby, and thank you for joining us on this. Excessive magnetisation. That's why WGO is my favourite channel more than the videos. I like the community. Oh my god, I didn't turn my phone off. How unprofessional is that? I normally shout.
Oh no, Sam. Yeah, you do.
That's why WGO, more than the videos, I like the community. Nice to think I've got friends across the pond. Yes, you have excessive magnetisation. If you're ever in the UK, pop on over. I love your painting tutorials. Well, there's only 2 actual full painting tutorials that I would count as painting tutorials on the YouTube side, and there's probably at least another 20 to 30 on the premium side of the website. So if you like the painting tutorials, the 5 to 20 to 30 minute tutorials, the much more in-depth ones, are all on the premium part of the website, so it's definitely worth checking that out. The YouTube side of things is more of our chats, and we do a weekly battle report, and we do the quick tips and things like that. Elster Nation's joined. Welcome, Elster Nation. I said you guys were going to be big, and I will stand by that. For the time you've been going, you're doing pretty well. Thank you, Elster Nation. It is appreciated. We've been We've been trying as much as we can. I think it was 4 months, and this is the first week or the second week. So we're coming up to 5 months, and we're enjoying it every single day. Mark J, I would love to see you guys play against the tabletop tactics guys in a 2v2 game. We'll have to see where they are, and we'll have to get our armies ready. Let's keep going. Phil, this is from Surreal. Now Phil just has to figure out all the buttons for intro and credits and such. Mark J doesn't like power level. That's fair enough. You just play whichever you prefer, Mark. Emmett Walker, is it wrong that I am hoping for bad news at tomorrow's surgical consult? Fancy the summer of off work, painting and modelling. I wouldn't wish for anything bad, Emmett. I hope everything goes well. As much as you would like to spend the entire summer painting and modelling, I think your health is the #1 concern. So all the best for you for tomorrow. Mawson, I've heard 50 points is 50 power is similar to 1,000 points. I think on average, but it depends on the armies. Like Death Watch, you're going to be paying for a lot of upgrades normally. Tyranids, you might not be. So it depends on the army for that. Mark, if you start streaming on Twitch, I would definitely donate. I can't stand YouTube streaming, and I can't on here. That's fair enough, Mark. Don't worry about it. I think Twitch is definitely something we're looking at doing. We don't have many. I think we've got the Twitch page. That was where we were first trying things out. So I think there's about 60 or 70 followers on the Twitch page, but we've not done very much. There's some very early videos of me trying to work out technology. So if you go over to Twitch and follow us on there, you can see the disaster, which is that attempt. I think I was working on my word bearers at that point. Sorry, Mike, we'll get you talking in a minute as well, because I'm just reading comments.
No, that's fine. You carry on.
Shawn Dewett's got to drop out early. Catch up tomorrow. Cheers, Shawn. Hyrinthian Skag, awesome name, Hyrinthian. Welcome. Phil's beard is godly from Fellhate. And Dark Elf Dave says he feels 50 power points is around 1,000 points. And Hyrinthian saying the sea is very scary. It definitely is. Emmett Walker, the fish story is a metaphor for the community hatred of Tau. Yes, I don't like Tau too much. Trollbrush Studio, do you think in the future you may run your own tournaments for people to come and take part in? Definitely is something we've looked at already, and maybe in the future we will be doing that. We've got the option for a small tournament. I think we could probably get. It would be a small tournament for where we'd be doing it right now, and you'd probably be looking at only about 15 people taking part in that. But we've got the potential for doing more in the future and other events, so definitely look out for that. Nicky Tang, Phil is the true epic beard man. Sam kicked a fish and he liked it, from Adrian Trevor. Anwar Madrigal, is it cool to ask painting questions? It sure is. Go ahead. Brian, you should try swimming with water moccasins. Surreal, when Sam is on, it's the bubble of bullying. When Phil is on, it's the bubble of beard. And Surreal, one of my favourite hobbies is swimming with things bigger than me. I have manatees and dolphins on my channel. I'll check that out, Surreal. That sounds awesome. I fed a hedgehog a sausage roll once when I was drunk. I felt sorry for it. That's really nice of you, Dark Elf there. Question for Mike, because he looks bored. What is his favourite Necron unit
I'm not
so
bored.
far?
I'm fine. I'm just fidgeting. That's fine. What's what?
What's your favourite Necron unit so far?
As in for models or rules?
Do models.
Yeah, I was going to say, because rules, I don't really know. The Necrons. I don't really like any of them, to be honest, the Necrons. It's never really been one that appeals to me. Probably I don't even know what they're called. They look like the rolly things in Star Wars. I can't remember what the droids are called.
The rolly things?
Yeah, they
Wraiths, is it?
No. Oh, Dave's got them in his army. I can't.
Destroyers?
It could be. I'm no good remembering names.
Rolly things. There's only the four-jawed.
They look like
centipede things. Okay, rolly things.
They're circular. I can't remember what they're called. They've
got
turrets
the bikes.
on the side.
The bikes, yeah. I forgot the name.
It could be, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of those actually. I really don't like them. My favourite are probably the Death Marks or the flayed ones. Don't know. Tomb Blades. There you go. Pink said. What is the coming storm? Let's talk about the coming storm, and then we'll talk about Primaris, and then we'll talk about something else. Surreal. Mike looks bored, but I feel like low key he enjoys hearing Sam's voice.
I'm not bored. I'm fine.
Mike's heard my voice.
I'm quite a quiet person.
You are, and I talk for both of us.
Yes, and I'm happy with it.
Sam is like the English Ginger Morgan Freeman. Oh God, I'm not even that ginger though. I'm half. My beard goes gingery, and I think that's in what is it? It's a sympathy colour for Rachel, because obviously Rachel is ginger, so it goes ginger just for her. Rory Grant, do you see Primaris Marines being best used as their own unique force, or additions to existing / standard Astartes Marine armies? I would say both. I think best is probably mixed with the normal Astartes Marine army until we get all the rest of the Primaris units released, because they're very specific at what they do, and at the moment there isn't a whole load of options to do with them. So I'm doing a whole Primaris army company, and I'm just going to be doing that. So we'll see. We'll see how many games I lose. Anwar, instead of priming dark, can I airbrush the dark shadows after applying mid-tone base? Yes, you certainly can, Anwar. It depends what you want to do. Like a lot of the time, I quite like doing, if I've got time to do it, I'll do a zenithal highlight. So I'll spray the models, prime them with a black first, and then before it even dries, just do a white spray from the top, and it will kind of look speckled, but the shadows will already be there when you start to paint it. And when you start putting the colours on, you'll have that gradient on it straight away. So that's what I try and do when I'm priming. Airbrushing, if you've got the right sort of airbrush, you can just paint those fine lines in between for the shadows. It will require more work than doing what I do, but it will look better if you do it properly as well. Are all of the WGO group starting new armies, like Pink and Dave as well? We'll go through that as well. I think that's the coming storm that we're going to be talking about. Okay, we've gone through the chat for quite a bit. I said I was going to go through the chat. I'm going to pause it at this moment, keep asking questions, and I'm going to highlight where I'm up to. Ish. And then we'll carry on afterwards. Right, so let's do Coming Storm. Let's bring up the browser. There we go. Sorry, Mike, got rid of your face.
That's fine, I can relax now.
This is the Facebook Wargamer Online Community page. If anybody isn't on the group already, just search this Wargamer Online Community and it will come up with the group. Don't know why it's still up. Oh, what am I doing? And then I'll accept you. We've already got a bunch of stuff on there. Right, so what we're doing. What was I saying we're doing? The Gathering, the Coming Storm.
The Coming Storm is what you said.
Right, so the Coming Storm is more about this 8th edition. So we've got a lot of new people starting the hobby, for one. There's a lot of people coming into 8th edition, Warhammer 40k. There's going to be new players and there's going to be returning players. And the one thing I wanted to talk about is embracing all of those players as well, because we all know people in the past that we would have probably asked, like friends or family, and it would have been too much of a barrier to get into the game. Now they've removed a lot of those. I think there's going to be a lot of people returning. So it's about being patient with all of those people. We're all learning a new system at the same time, and I know a lot of veterans and people who know the rules inside out sometimes don't like new people returning, and they don't like that they haven't learned the game as much as other people. And I think this is the time where we can all start to increase our gaming groups wherever we are and wherever we play games. And the other part of this was talking about how are we going to start 8th edition. You know, have we all got armies that we're going to be playing? Are we going to be starting new armies for 8th edition? What is going to happen? So, Mike, why is my thing flashing red? Dropped frames. That's not good. Das ist nicht gut. Can you still hear me, Michelangelo?
All I caught was Michelangelo. I didn't call that. I don't know if it's my connection. Sorry.
I don't know what's going on. My connection has been really bad.
It may be my connection, because I know the other half is doing some stuff at the minute.
It's not. My thing's going red.
Okay. What were you trying to ask me?
Live stream just went down. Let's just wait until it comes back up. It should be back up. It's going orange to green to orange to green.
Oh, the stream's gone down. Okay.
The internet is still on. Come on, please sort out.
Sam, can you hear me?
I can hear you. I can hear you the whole time. I think it is.
No, you weren't answering me.
Oh, my streaming software went red, and it's never done that before. And I've been having issues with my internet today. So if anybody works at BT, please sort this out because I was not happy. Slideshow FPS. Oh dearie me. Well, please donate so they can get a better ISP than the potato they use. Red again. Rachel, are you on the internet? Rachel, turn off anything that's on the internet. Right, be right back. It says everything's fine, but it's not fine for me.
You keep. If you can hear. When's the chat?